Hello and welcome to the OWXL League 1v1 tournament semifinals. We have the semifinals and the finals for you tonight, so stick around. We got a lot of 1v1 action upcoming for you. First game is Airstrike versus the Jealous. This is the 1v1 tournament that we've been running for the last couple weeks, whittled down from about 64 players down to the final four, looking to get the custom skin from Casual Gamer. They're sponsored there down at the bottom, sponsoring this tournament and our league this season. Has limited edition designs made for true fans of the game. Check that out at casualgamer.us or at casual_gamer. I'm your host, Salt and Pepper, and I'm excited to get this started for you. We've got Airstrike and the Jealous in the lobby ready to go, and I'm sure everyone's eagerly awaiting these upcoming matches. Got some fantastic players for you, so make sure we'll get the readies from them, and we'll be started shortly. Sorry about that, guys. For those of you, so we got a few technical difficulties. We'll be lobby really quickly. If you sit tight with us, we'll be with you just a second. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Looks like we are all set to go, and both teams with us. Airstrike picking Reaper, Jealous going with Orisa.
Repositioning.
Reaper obviously with a little bit of an advantage, being able to use those shotguns and get in and out quickly, but we'll see if Jealous is able to maybe use that halt to get him into some good space, using it there. The Wraith comes out and he won't have that cooldown, so Orisa still with the high ground, looking to try and create some problems, but it looks like Airstrike will come up into this little alcove here, but pretty privy to it is the Jealous, who sees him in there, may try and use the halt to come around the corner, and the Jealous kind of pinning him back here into this interior section. Knows exactly where he is. He's not going to be able to get away too far. Does use the teleport there, goes on the other side, and it looks like the Jealous is not aware of that. He may be able to flank him here. But obviously, Reaper coming in really loudly, it may cause some issues. Jealous still pretty convinced he's back in the center, and now with a really good opportunity to sneak back around is Airstrike, trying to be as quiet as possible. We'll see if Jealous is privy to it. But as he comes around, yeah, looks like maybe the voice line might have ticked him off a little bit, or tipped him off rather. The Jealous able to see him there, just trying to get a little bit of damage. Is Airstrike falls down, and the still in a pretty good spot. Airstrike has the advantage here in health. The Jealous rather Jealous does, and Airstrike's trying to find an opportunity to get a little bit more damage in. Very low was Jealous, but Airstrike's gonna fall there first.
0 to 1.
And I'm excited how this 1v1 shapes up. We got some good players in here, ready to
Select your hero.
see what they have for us. Airstrike going Genji, and does actually main a Genji. I've gotten to do a few of his games in the league, so we'll see how that looks. The Jealous I don't get to watch as frequently goes with McCree, and this will be an interesting matchup. Jealous perspective, just looking at the Genji darting in and out on Airstrike there in the back. Just looking for opportunities to get space. I think the Jealous probably will have a better advantage long range with the hit scan from McCree. And Airstrike obviously with the more mobility, just seeing if he can get in, close the gap a little bit, and find an opportunity to cause some significant damage. They're just poking in and out right now. Obviously the time will favor Airstrike if he holds out long enough. The control point opens up and forces a close quarter combat. So we'll see if the Jealous can take care of him there. Maybe obviously with the stun and man the hammer, he'd be able to take him down at close range as well. But now as the fight breaks out, Airstrike still trying to get some damage into Jealous. It does fall there. I don't know if Airstrike really took any damage in that. It looks like able to clean up the Jealous there pretty quickly. Again, once getting into those close quarter situations, able to find an opportunity to get him down. Now tying up this round. This is a best of 3. We've got the other two 1v1 maps coming up for you, Eco Point and Black Forest, so this will not be the only round here. And immediately following the semifinals, we'll have the finals for you, so just stick around for that. Both going Tracer, excited to see this Tracer battle break out. Both going to the back as well, so we may see this engage pretty quickly. Getting good damage in early is the Jealous. The recall comes out from Airstrike. Won't have that for this next attack, and we'll back off a little bit while that cooldown comes down. The Jealous, I think, won that first little entanglement. We'll see how Airstrike responds here. Second fight breaks out. Jealous once again getting a little bit more of the damage in. Having to use the recall here though. Airstrike uses his as well, so both down. They'll still keep engaging and see if they can get the damage in before maybe some sticking damage here. Jealous is able to get in behind it. Airstrike losing health very quickly. Doesn't have an opportunity, but now the Jealous a little bit lower. Uses the recall there. Is able to grab back a little bit more. Airstrike finally gets caught and does go down. Jealous takes the lead 2-1.
Score 2-1. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
So I do like Castillo a lot. As far as the new maps coming out, Black Forest is solid, but just the aesthetic of Castillo in general. I like it. A little oceanfront property. Sombra Hanzo matchup. Shrek using that Sonic early to see if he can identify his counterpart. The Jealous there getting caught very early and already about a third of health and in a difficult position here. Airstrike already in a good possibility to win this. I think that may have been a perfect Airstrike, able to take him down with 2 solid arrows, 2 shots, and 2 down. Tied up here 2-2. Trying to make it a little bit interesting now. Obviously, you can see how each of these players got to the semifinals. Like I said, this is a tournament that's been running for a few weeks now, and whittled down to what I'd say is the best of these 1v1s. Looking forward to this for a while, so both going Soldier this time. Jealous immediately taking high ground, but also taking damage a little bit earlier. Airstrike has taken a little bit, but the Jealous will have to use his biotic field there to regain a little bit of that health back. Airstrike not needing it just yet, but now actually going all the way down to 39 health. A good Helix rocket there from the Jealous coming in and landing pretty directly will require him to use that. Now the cooldown, he'll have to wait for it to come back, but back up to full health are both Soldiers. Again, the Jealous with the high ground, just looking for an opportunity to get in on Airstrike. He will use that there, and as the biotic field comes back up for Airstrike, he'll use it here. Again, Airstrike just keeping to this lower section, but now they will have to engage a little bit more close. And Jealous does have his biotic field down. It looks like the cooldown for him came down a little bit later. Jealous didn't have another one for him, or the Airstrike rather, did not have another biotic field there and falls.
Select your hero.
Just back and forth with both of these players. See who comes out on top. both going Soldier again. We don't get an opportunity to see the other picks they have available to them. Obviously, in the limited 1v1, if you're not familiar with the format, there's 3 heroes that are chosen you can choose from, and you're trying to kind of outwit your opponent and just use the kit a little bit more effectively. Both going Soldier again this round. Airstrike taking a little bit of damage there using the biotic field, so again, he won't have that cooldown for the next engage. The Jealous in a pretty good position, trying to get some sticking damage that he may be able to follow in on. We use a biotic field of his own there just to kind of remain solvent as he takes this next engage, coming around the back. They're getting a little bit closer to each other, like 2 boxers. Now it looks like the Jealous will back off a little bit and see if he can grab a little bit more space. The Helix Rocket coming in from Airstrike will not connect. Just trying to catch the fleeing opposite there, but it looks like they will fight on either side of this courtyard. Again, just looking for opportunities to get a little bit more damage in, but both of them, if they're not able to get quite a bit in a short time frame, the biotic fields will just keep coming for them over and over. So we'll see who's going to get the advantage here. Again, once that control point opens up, when there's only 30 seconds left, they'll have to fight a little bit more closely to each other, but I doubt it'll get to that point. Another Helix Rocket goes in from the Jealous and does miss. Airstrike just looking for ways to weave in and out of those columns, and may look to try to get a little bit closer, but now going to the ground is the Jealous. Airstrike will join him, and maybe just trying to elude each other and see if we can lose the opposite position. And now its control point looks like it's about to open up here in a few seconds. Airstrike again with the high ground, looking for a little bit of the advantage to try and get some more damage in on Jealous before that control point opens up. It's still a dicey, and it does clear pretty quickly, so it's important for him to keep track. Does get a good bit of damage there. The Jealous is very low. Use of biotic field is Airstrike. Jealous uses his as well, is able to get a little bit more solvent on his health, but now as the control point, only 6 seconds left, one of them's gonna have to get to it. Airstrike's in a better position to do so. Both of them very low on health, and Airstrike will jump down to the center, actually retreat back to the back, and we'll see who tries to engage. They're both waiting for the other one to jump in there. Nobody wants to take down too much damage too early, but now Airstrike will jump in, has about 2/3 of the point as Jealous comes in to try and engage, and again, fighting just right around the statue. Nobody wants to fall down too quickly. This game's too tight to contest, and the Jealous looking to get some distance in the control point here. The tactical visor comes out for each of them. See who falls first. Airstrike gets the win on the Jealous, dropping down both the tactical visor, and that was going to be a really tight round. Able to tie it up there. That's Airstrike.
Select your hero.
Ooh. We got to come from both of these players. Tied up 3-3 in the semifinals. These have not disappointed so far. Like Tracer and Genji. Interesting matchup. We did see Airstrike play Genji earlier, and the Jealous went Tracer in their Tracer battle. So we'll see who has the edge here. Dodgy flanking characters. Airstrike once again creeping down this lower section. Like the Jealous, just keeping an eye on him. Just a good dash there to find some space. Is behind him, takes a little bit of damage, but able to recall to get back up to top. Airstrike does not have that advantage, but trying to get in the face of the Jealous pretty early here. The recall will not help recover this health. It's still on too far of a cooldown. The Airstrike is still taking a little bit more damage, and the Jealous making around 3/5 health or so, able to recall that back up to 90. Still a bit solvent. Again, Airstrike does not have that ability, and just taking a little bit of this poke damage could cause some problems for him. He's very low already. Again, just darting in and out. He's got 30 health. He's trying not to take any more. Down to 7. It looks like it's not good for him. Jealous will take him down there.
3-4.
Now the Jealous just 1 point away from wrapping this up. We'll see if Airstrike brings it back up to a tied 4-4. So we've seen these matches just go back and forth. Player taking a little bit of a lead, poking their nose out in front, but not able to hold on to that advantage as the opposite ties it up there pretty quickly. So we'll see. Now from this next one, looks like Airstrike sticking with Genji. Took some positives from that last one. I was not able to get the round win, but coming out again. Again, we're not able to see all the choices available, so Jealous decides to go Sombra. Coming versus Mobility from this round. Jealous finally showing himself not able to get the hack off, and now taking a little bit of damage. Translocation is nice, but not when you're not able to get any health packs. Is able to get the hack off, but now the shuriken's coming in from Airstrike down to 8 health. He does not have a lot to work with here, but the Jealous low as well is able to win the first round here. We've got ourselves a semifinal.
Play of the game.
better soldier engagement from these two before the tactical badges come out. And yeah, solid round from each player. I believe the next map will be Eagle Point Antarctica, so we'll get them in there and continue. This is the best 2 out of 3, so now the Jealous just 1 foot in the door on the way to that final match. We'll see how it goes. Actually, I stand correct. I think Black Forest will be the next map, so I'll cue that for us. Semi-final. Airstrike put on a good showing there. Obviously able to tie it up a few times, losing the last 2 rounds there. But looking to make a strong comeback here. Again, sometimes it's just the luck of the characters you're drawn. So we'll see. This next map can be a little bit more advantageous. I know you have to play a few names, but Jealous will have a little bit hard time picking. But again, both of these players are very talented, so we'll see what they decide to do. So I think they are ready to start, so we'll get that going for you. Just a second.
Now entering the Black Forest. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Now on the second map, this is the best 2 out of 3, so we will not go to Eco Point if the Jealous wins this one. Airstrike looking to bring one back and force the tiebreaker. Both going Orisa here, and this could be interesting. I played Orisa on this map a little bit in the 1v1s. I did not do well going out in the first round, in case you were wondering. But just trying to use those halls to get your opponent off the edge. I think they're both pretty strategic about their shields and position. We'll see who has the advantage here. A little bit of damage taken early by Airstrike. Insignificant though, he will look to retreat a little bit and try and find a better position. We'll see if it does not look like Jealous feels the need to follow. To be able to get a little bit of damage on each other from this range, and again, once that control point opens up in 30 seconds, it could get a little bit more interesting once they have to actually engage each other. But I think a little bit of 1v1s, half of it is being able to be skilled with DPS characters to just overpower your opponent, and then sometimes it's just a matter of having better patience and positioning and using some of these kind of less attack-heavy characters. Obviously, Orisa doesn't have the same kind of mobility, so just being smart about how you play these situations, and again, it's going to be a different kind of fight you would have in a typical 6v6 comp game. So good strategy there from Jealous, trying to get a little bit of damage onto Airstrike. Again, insignificant though, but using the hull to try and grab a little bit of room. And doing similarly is Airstrike able to grab the Jealous there, get a little bit of damage on him. And now they're moving a little bit closer to each other. Once again, pulling it out from behind that shield. Airstrike taking a little bit more damage, 281 from the Jealous. And I think Airstrike can check this out. He's at 328, so maybe has a little bit of an advantage, but it'll be insignificant. Now, obviously, the Jealous with a better position on the point as this starts to open up. Now they're going to engage a little bit more closely to each other, fighting directly next to each other. The Jealous losing a lot of health. Airstrike in a better position and is able to take him down to try and start the comeback here to grab the point advantage for this round. Again, best 2 out of 3. Airstrike just looking for an opportunity to get this back, go to Eco Point, and going into the finals. Immediately picking Doomfist. Again, we don't know what the options are for each of these players. The Jealous will go Widowmaker. To peek a little early, putting out the Venom Mine just to see if he decides to go that direction. But now Airstrike kind of shows himself a little bit. The Jealous knows where he is and just looking for an opportunity to poke in and get the shot. But Airstrike does know that with Jealous sitting there on Widowmaker, he's going to have to be careful about those gaps. So we'll have to close the gap and quickly. Looking for a way through. but nothing forthcoming just yet. Jealous with a pretty good idea of where he is, but obviously we can see the silhouettes, they cannot, so... But harder to maneuver in this kind of area.
Sniper, keep your head down.
Ooh, good shot there. Jealous getting 2 quick shots, able to get him down to 10 health, and Airstrike was not able to close the gap quickly enough. Or rather, Airstrike was not able to. Got that backwards, but yeah, tied up again. And once again, like we saw in Castillo, both of these players just going back and forth with each other, just trading punches a little bit, looking to get the win that will take them to the finals. Both going Soldier again. We saw some good Soldier battles on Castillo in the previous round, so we'll see who comes out on top here. I think also the other part of the 1v1 is looking at your opponent's options, and especially now they've played a few rounds against each other, getting a good idea of what the other will play, and deciding if you'll just match them at their own game, or if you can pull out a better strategy by going with another hero. But right now it's just content to both play Soldier. Taking similar strategies, but as a result, not able to find each other too much. The Jealous will take a little bit of damage there. Airstrike is able to just put a poke damage and grabs a little bit more. The Jealous just obviously insignificant at this point, especially with the biotic field. They can always get that back if it becomes consequential, but again, just darting in and around, just trying to find an opportunity to create some space. A Helix Rocket will go nowhere for the Jealous coming out, and Airstrike again just looking for a way to maybe close that gap or cause some more damage. Not connecting there was the Helix Rocket. Getting a little bit more poke damage. The Jealous did use the body field to get that health back. We'll maybe has to use it here again. Looks like he may be coming a little bit closer to center, and that could change things up for us a little bit. Doesn't have any protection. He is out in the open, so that could make it more difficult. Gets a little bit of poke damage in an Airstrike. Feel like the first damage the Airstrike's taken will retreat a little bit. Now they're both down in center. The Helix Rocket will connect from Airstrike on Jealous. He's down to 65 health. We'll have to use the biotic field again to regain that health. Now as the control point starts to open up though,
Push the attack now.
neither one of them is as close to a tactical visor as they might have been in the previous Castillo rounds. They're just going to have to do it the hard way coming into point here. It's going to open in about 15 seconds or so. Both content just to be patient. Another good Helix Rocket from Airstrike hits Jealous directly. We'll use the biotic field to try and regain that lost health. Tries the Helix Rocket of his zone. It's enough to knock Airstrike off of the perch up there. Used the biotic field, but now Jealous is on cooldown, so he won't have that advantage coming to the next fight. A good aggressive attack from Airstrike, but the Helix Rocket's coming in. Down to 44 health is the Jealous in a difficult position, but he's not on the point yet. Neither one is. Airstrike finally taking some damage, and he may not be able to recover this. And with the late biotic field from the Jealous, able to take down Airstrike and go 2-1. You like the Soldier battles.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Now for a while there, it looked like Airstrike would have the advantage, and it did not quite pan out for him. Once again, both going Soldier. Been a recurring matchup, and again, we're not sure like the other options they have are, but they decided to do going much closer, not waiting until the end is the Jealous' time, being aggressive with this attack. Airstrike will have to retreat. The biotic field for Jealous is already down, so now their cooldowns for both those abilities will be a little bit staggered, and now Airstrike uses his here. They're still just darting in and around. I don't know if Jealous knows exactly where he is, but they know they're pretty close. Again, with an advantage, I think a little bit is the Jealous. Now the engage starts. The Helix Rocket comes in. He's able to get a little bit more damage. Airstrike in a very difficult position here. He may not be able to get this health back. Does use the biotic field. High spawn a tree momentarily, but the Jealous coming in aggressively will take a commanding 3-1 lead in the 1v1 semifinals.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Changing it up a little bit, looks like Airstrike sticking with the Soldier, and Jealous going Orisa this time. Again, it's a little bit more strategy, and having the shield and the halt to be able to kind of move him around a little bit could be advantageous for Jealous. Again, just sitting back in this section here. Now, obviously, Airstrike will have an ability to heal himself, which could change the shape of this attack. But again, Jealous has a little bit more health, but maybe not now, as Airstrike is able to get a little bit of damage in, and we'll just poking in and out from Mosquito, trying to get the damage on this tank. Jealous setting up well on the edge with the shield and trying to avoid damage if possible. Airstrike takes a little bit, but again has the biotic field to be able to get back up to full health. So now the Jealous just sitting here on the back and content just to sit, knowing he can't get flanked using the shield and those halls to try and pull Airstrike in. Already sitting on the control point section, so it's a bit of an advantage here. Airstrike will try and use the biotic field to get back up to full health using the shields a little bit, or the tree is a little bit of a shield, but now the biotic field's down. We'll have to try and dodge out again. That halt is going to be really difficult to contend with. Trying to get a little bit more damage, but it looks like it's not quite working out. Jealous again being able to use the shield very effectively, and Airstrike's having a difficult time trying to find ways through. But again, he only needs to whittle down the health of the Jealous a little bit. He's gonna have to be a little more quick about it though, as there's about 25 seconds left until the control point opens up. But knows that he can just get a little bit of damage here and there and then heal his own damage. We'll see if this fight's gonna be enough for him. Use the biotic field to try and keep himself alive, but the Jealous just fighting in and around that shield will take again the 4-1 lead, and now 1 round away from taking the game and going on to the finals to face the winner of the matchup between Dirty Jockey and Sabuki. Airstrike going Genji, getting an opportunity again to play a hero he's very familiar with, looking to bring this game back, try the reverse sweep to force round 3 on Eagle Point Antarctica. But right now the Jealous again in pole position to take control of this game, win it here, and punch his ticket to the finals. Will go Soldier again, has played well and done well on Soldier, getting the wins he's needed. So now Airstrike coming in on Genji, maybe trying to be aggressive. Onto the Jealous here. There he is, getting shurikens in early, and knows he's gonna have to get a lot of damage in and quickly because he won't be able to heal himself, and Jealous does have that advantage. But now as they fight on the control point area, Airstrike trying to get a little bit of high ground relative to the position. Now the biotic field goes down, will make it difficult for him. Darting in around from the Jealous, just sitting in that biotic field. I don't know if he's taking quite any damage yet, but now he comes down a little bit. Airstrike only 18 health yet, trying to get a little bit of space on the point, and the Jealous just takes the win there and punches ticket to the final. And just a really solid performance. I think we saw a lot of Soldier, but it kind of benefited both. I think they're both pretty comfortable, and it made it a pretty exciting round there. But just a little bit too strong for Airstrike. Was Jealous, a very close round on Castillo, and then falling there on Black Forest pretty comprehensively 5-1. But congratulations to the Jealous for heading on to the finals. And we'll see. We've got the next semifinal game coming up right after this, and we'll see who will join him there. All right, and that will do it for the first semifinal game. We've got the second one for you just a second. We'll get both players in the lobby. This is between Sabuki and I believe it's Dirty Jockey 19. Again, both all the way through these last few weeks playing really well, getting the wins, and getting to the semifinal, looking to face the Jealous in the finals. I will have the game for you in just a little bit. Let's stick with this. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back with the second round of the semifinals. One of these players, Savuki or Dirty Jockey, will join the Jealous in the 1v1 tournament final. Again, this is a tournament that's been running for a few weeks now, and we're now getting to the conclusion. This is it for all the marbles. Right after the semifinals, we'll have the finals, so definitely stick around for that. And again, we're sponsored. This tournament is sponsored by Casual Gamer. We're sponsored this season by Casual Gamer. That's limited edition designs made for true fans of the game. Like I said before, and I know you've heard me say it before, not just Overwatch skins and faceplates for controllers, peripherals, things like that on that Instagram page and the website. Go check those out. Got it for a number of different games and a lot of really cool concepts, stuff you can't find anywhere else. So go check that out. Really cool stuff over there. Still waiting on the readies from both of the players to make sure that they weren't up getting something to drink while in lobby for the previous game. Something like that. And that's you here shortly. And starting on Castillo will be the first map. Black Forest, the second map, Eco Point Antarctica if necessary. Best 2 out of 3. So we saw the Jealous take Castillo and Black Forest to knock it to force the Eco Point Antarctica, but Airstrike did play well, just not quite able to find the result. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I believe right after the finals we have another league game. I believe that's Drunken Shimada Clan. See who they're playing, but stick around for that as well. Looks like it would be Drunken Shimada Clan and Bjorn to Kill from tier 1-2. So getting down to the end of the season, this is the last week, so we'll be able to bring the standings for you and see kind of where both of those teams sit. It's been a really exciting season so far. We're excited to wrap it up and start looking towards season 3. We'll have more information about that in the coming weeks, or coming days rather. But yeah, just ready to keep this OWXL train rolling. And again, we'll have other 1v1 tournaments for you, or just other tournaments we'll come up with, obviously alongside the regular league play as well. So get into the Discord so you can be aware of that, and check us out on the website OWXleague.com. New league redesigns, so we'll have that and all the information you could possibly need. You can reach out to the admins. We promise we don't bite, and answer any questions you may have about membership with the league, getting involved, and getting in the community. Got a lot of great players in here, and everybody's looking for games to play all the time. Just a really positive community group of players, and we really enjoy bringing all this Overwatch content. So I believe both of the players are ready, so we will get started.
Welcome to Castillo. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Coming out quickly and aggressively, both picking Genji, Dirty Jockey, and Savuki. And a lot of the players, at least all 4 of the players in the semis, are very good at what they do. So I'm excited to see how this second semifinal shapes up again to join the Jealous in the 1v1 final. Engage very quickly, trying to use reflexive. We'd be taking damage early, already going down 50 there. Looks like both of them actually going down, and getting the shurikens in early. Dirty Jockey getting a little bit more damage in on Savuki, having to take a few down to 16 health. It does not look good. Tries to use reflect, but Dirty Jockey aware of it, ready for it, and completely ignores it. Dices in later and grabs the kill.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
I love how these fights end up being so intense, and then we come back to very joyful trumpet music between each one. Like Arissa Zenyatta, Sombra, the options there. Dirty Jockey cycling through, trying to make a decision, but Savuki will go with Sombra, so we'll see who has the upper hand here. either with the ability to regain any health, so it's going to be a matter of positioning over mobility from both. Civ will be looking to get a little bit of damage in, catching a Dirty Jockey unawares, and Dirty Jockey, however, looking for a good place to barricade himself. It looks like he may have found one.
Moving behind my barrier.
This could make it very difficult. It may just be a matter of waiting for that control point to open up and forcing Dirty Jockey to move somewhere, because otherwise that could be a very difficult position to sneak into and hack if you're Civ. Finally able to get a little bit of damage in, use the translocator to get out of the way, but both taking a little bit of damage there. Civ may come out the better, less worse for wear, rather.
¿Qué onda?
Dirty Jockey going back to that hiding spot, trying to get a little bit more damage in, using the hold, but not quite as effectively. Both down pretty low here. And Dirty Jockey only maybe has one of those engages left before he will drop. Does have about 100 health, so may be able to hold onto that for a bit. I think, relatively speaking, Civ is a little bit lower.
30 seconds remaining.
Maybe trying to use the translocator to get in position, or just looking for Dirty Jockey to poke out of a window. Will do that and decides not to stay in the corner. Civ ties it up 1-1.
1-1. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Both going May in this next matchup. Both the ability to heal and protect themselves, obviously. So we'll see how this shapes up. Getting in damage a little bit early is Civ, but also taking some as well. Both about even. Now Dirty Jockey a little worse off, taking a little bit more there. May try and go back and heal somewhat. I'm looking for a good opportunity to heal. It won't be disturbed. Civ will come in, but the wall from Dirty Jockey will block him from getting any kind of damage in on him. Civ with the high ground is Dirty Jockey. I don't know if Civ's found him quite yet, but now trying to get a little bit more damage in is Dirty Jockey. The wall there will be the one to protect Civ this time, and still a little bit lower on health. Civ hasn't tried to gain any of that left, about 150 down or so, so we may need to do that here pretty quickly, but it may not matter. He decides to use his Icicle, and Dirty Jockey just waiting for him to pop out again with a health advantage, and looking to reload there, does get frozen.
Score
Drops 2-1.
1-2. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Both going McCree this time. I don't think I've got an opportunity to really see Dirty Jockey play McCree. I know Civ is a pretty sharp shooter, so she has the advantage here. Dirty Jockey taking the advantage in the first round with Genji, and then falling there. Civ able to get him back as Sombra.
Oh, excuse me.
Now coming back as McCree, it looks like Civ will get the perfect win on him and tie it back up 2-2.
2-2.
Shortest round we've had so far. It didn't take long. And again, we don't know what the options are available, and I'm not actually sure what a lot of these guys main, but pretty comprehensive win there. And Dirty Jockey will switch over to Genji. Civ looking to get the hacks in as Sombra. Shurikens coming in from Dirty Jockey. Civ just looking to get maybe a little bit better position. Now in the center, doesn't have ways to get back. Actually does use the translocator there. Is able to get maybe the tiniest bit of damage in on Dirty Jockey, but maybe not too significant. But we'll look to just start in and out, unbeknownst to his Genji counterpart. Looking to try and get a little bit more damage. He's able to get a little bit more on him and then translocate elsewhere. Civ now without a translocator, looking to try and get a little bit more organic damage. Will finally take the lead for the first time in this game.
2-3. Prepare for battle.
Just like we saw in the first
Select
semifinal game between Airstrike and the Jealous, just back and forth. These two players very talented and been a very tight. Dirty Jockey taking the first and third rounds. Civ second, fourth, and fifth. Now a Tracer battle coming out, and I'm excited to see how come in on these Tracer fights, especially when you get to this level. It's exciting to see Tracer players that know how to manage those bursts, just kind of play in and around each other. It's 1v1 situation, so. Both very similar strategies. Again, we can see the silhouettes, but they cannot. Using that crouch to try and find some space and get a little bit closer. But using those bursts, you'll loot their position. Dirty Jockey using the recall to get 138 health back, falling very quickly there. Civ drops a little bit of damage. Did not use the recall, however, and will not be able to gain that back. So that will be significant. Decides not to use that, and may pay the price for it now, engaging this fight with worse health. And he is kind of worse for wear here. Decides to use the recall there, but is pretty low. And Dirty Jockey still even passing after having used that recall. Good little single clip there. Finally, as they get a clean engage, Dirty Jockey takes the advantage, tying it back up 3-3.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Both going May, if memory serves. I think Civ lost this one the last time, so an opportunity for Dirty Jockey to once again regain the lead. Engaging very quickly to both. Dirty Jockey and OWXL there to try and get out of space, and tries to free Civ. Civ does get freed in, and then the Icicle plus his melee to take a little bit of a lead. Again, just going back and forth now. Civ one away from winning the first round. This is the best 2 of 3, so we'll be in a good spot there going into Black Forest to take this to the finals. But Dirty Jockey with a lot to say yet. Mako Widow decides to go McCree again. Obviously a pretty strong showing from Civ on McCree last time. This could be his winning round, or Dirty Jockey may be able to tie this up at 4 and give us a juicy tiebreaker. Jockey coming a little bit more cautiously, not directly to center like he did last time. Again, just looking for a way to find Civ on this McCree. Shows himself, trying to get a little bit of damage in, both miss. Actually, Dirty Jockey taking a quick hit there from Civ. A little bit further down the damage, and Civ does have high ground, so that could be a little bit disadvantageous. Trying to use the statue here to shield himself a little bit, but could be in a difficult spot. I'm pretty sure Civ knows where he is and trying to get a few more shots in. Finally does get clipped one more time, does get a shot in on Civ, down to 25 health. It doesn't look good for him, but he's looking for an opportunity to, again, just use the statue as a good bit of defense and maybe close the gap and try and find a way to catch Civ off guard. But it looks like with the high ground, it could make it difficult for him. He will use the flash there, and Civ takes the first round on Castillo in the semifinals.
Play of the game.
Tracer engage from Dirty Jockey. It's a good Tracer battle, and again, we saw Civ not use the recall and get that health back with a disadvantage once they did engage, but a good showing all the way around from Civ, getting that win. And now we go to Black Forest to see who will meet the Jealous in the 1v1 finals. Again, as best 2 out of 3. See if Dirty Jockey can come back on Black Forest and force the eco point and Antarctica tiebreaker, where Civ takes the win here, completes the 2-0, and goes on to the final. Again, that final will be directly after this, so stick around for that. Make sure both players are ready, and we'll get started with the second round. Looks like we're ready to start, so let's get this rolling.
Now entering the Black Forest. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Coming out with the opportunity to do a soldier v soldier, Civ going Orisa instead. Gonna play a little bit more strategic, perhaps. Dirty Jockey looking to get in and out quickly. And may need to be aggressive in this attack. Obviously wants to get off to a good start and get an advantage early in this round, knowing that if he does fall here, he will not be able to get a chance to get into the finals. And Civ looking to keep the momentum from winning on Castillo going. We saw a really good engage from both of them on the previous map, so I'm looking for a similarly exciting matchup here. Civ taking a defensive role though, just tucking back in the back of this house, and again, this range will kind of benefit him. We did see on the previous semi-final match a Orisa soldier fight, and it really came down to the Orisa player being able to use the shield effectively in closer range circumstances and not having to engage too quickly. But again, it's going to be significant for Dirty Jockey because he is able to heal himself. So I think his main goal here will be just to get in and try and get damage in as quickly and as often as possible in order to weaken Civ when the fight does finally break out on the point, knowing that he can heal any kind of poke damage that he takes up until that point. The longer he waits, the less time he'll have to get that damage in. And with a health disadvantage as well, that could make it difficult. So if I'm Dirty Jockey, you want to get to the point as quickly as possible and try and start getting a little bit more damage in. It could be really difficult to contend with this barrier otherwise. Looks like he's trying to poke in a little bit again. Civ sitting on the point already, just content to let Dirty Jockey come to him rather. Doesn't need to move too much. He's already in a really good spot and has that shield respawning what feels like every 4 seconds. So now the fight does finally break out. Dirty Jockey use the body grenade behind the tree and use that as a shield somewhat, knowing he has disadvantage not having one in his kit like Civ does as Orisa. But now the engage coming in, he doesn't have enough space to really do as much as he wants to be able to do. I don't think his body field is the respawn's down yet, but now the hold will pull him out from behind the trees, taking a little bit more damage now, but able to get back into that field and get some health back. Now will have to engage more directly and does not have the health to stand up to Spooky and drops their 1-0. Again, Dirty Jockey, I feel like needed to get a little bit more damage in a little bit more quickly so that we got to that point. On the control point there, he'd have a little advantage. Now Dirty Jockey trying the Orisa out for size and Civ going May. Let's see how that changes the shape of this matchup. Hulk coming out, pulling Civ from behind his own shield, and isn't in a really great spot, but able to use the icicle there. I don't know if there's another Hulk available for Dirty Jockey to try and pull him off the edge. That would have been a good opportunity, but now Civ still a little bit lower in health, but we'll be able to get that icicle back here to heal himself. But now Dirty Jockey taking no prisoners, looking to get a little bit of damage in early, but now the freeze coming in from Civ, getting significant damage on Jockey, but finally able to melt him down on Orisa and get a win to tie this up 1-1. Jockey and Orisa.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Both going May again. And not a lot of options, I think, for two players here. The game may not be giving them a lot to work with, but just using the walls and just trying to get a little bit of space in early. Now the just icicles here going back and forth, trying to get this health back. Using the walls in a tight confined space could make it difficult. Like both about the same amount of health down, but again able to be able to heal that here once those kind of cooldowns come off. So Oh, now Civ taking a little bit more damage using that ice cube, getting up, and still a little bit worse for wear now as Dirty Jockey trying to find a little bit of space to get in. Now the freeze is coming from either side. It seems who's going to freeze first. Civ finally does fall. Dirty Jockey, the advantage, they're able to get the better of him, going up 2-1. After falling early in the first round, they're able to get that win back, and again, now take the lead.
Select your
Bit of a
hero.
mountain to climb for Dirty Jockey, but hopefully he'll be able to, as a neutral, get back, get this win, and force eco point. The Tracer battle, we saw Dirty Jockey take the better of Civ on the Tracer fight on Castillo. See how this breaks out here. Dirty Jockey has to be taking a little bit of confidence knowing that he has won this engage before and can take a pretty commanding 3-1 lead if he's able to get the better of Civ. Just crouch spam a little bit, not wanting to give away the positions with the dashes. Gonna break out very quickly once they finally do come in, and now Civ finds Dirty Jockey first. Use a recall there, both due to trying to get back up to health. I think Civ had the advantage in that fight, but now retreating a little bit is Dirty Jockey, looking for maybe another opportunity to come in and engage, but he'd be fast with those recalls, both falling pretty low before getting that health back. Break out again. They don't know how close to each other they actually are. Finally, there goes the fight. And using a dash early, Dirty Jockey having to use a recall. I think Civ didn't really lose any health there, so does have an advantage. Will be able to get the health back. But now, Dirty Jockey waiting for him around the corner, and without the recall, takes him down in a single clip and gets that win. 3-1. Now the advantage for Dirty Jockey. And looks like Soldier, Tracer, Fair are the options for the heroes here. Tracer, Soldier, Civ opting out of the Soldier fight, having lost it twice, and notes that he has a little bit of opportunity to get the win with the biotic field. Knowing the Tracer, or Fair rather, could be a difficult proposition if Dirty Jockey had gone Soldier. So again, the 1v1s have a lot to do with strategy as well. Just trying to figure out what your opponent will play, what they're likely to play given what they've been playing, what you know them to play, and reacting accordingly. Civ with a little bit of an eyeball on Dirty Jockey. They find it difficult to track this pesky Tracer, but does have pretty good tracking, so we'll see if he's able to get the advantage here. Dirty Jockey darting in without taking any damage, and again the Kika Shot is coming in, not quite connecting, and now the body field going down just for this engage for Civ, but Dirty Jockey was able to get a little bit of damage in, and again, just being annoying, darting in and out, and just basically untouchable. Finally does a little bit more damage, but Helix Rocket once again does not connect, and Civ drops a little bit further down with the body field on cooldown, down to 27 health, and a really difficult spot. It looks like Dirty Jockey, who again has all of his health back, he is able to get the body field down and begin a little bit of this health, trying to get in it and stay in to recall as much as possible of his own health. Rather, Dirty Jockey here at less than half. And now what looked like it could have been a quick engage and quick finish for Dirty Jockey now, but disadvantage as Civ has a little more health. Body field comes down once again. Dirty Jockey again does not have the health to recall, trying to come in and engage quickly, knowing he can take him down with a clip or two, but this poke damage is not helping, and he'll have to use another recall, but I think it's on cooldown. There he does use it, so able to get a little bit of health, but that is the most he'll be able to get back, and Civ just in a really good spot here to come back and pull another point back to go 3-2 in this round. Dirty Jockey just knowing how to be careful about this engagement. Going up 4-1 would be huge here. There's a little bit of pepper damage in there, does not quite connect, and I think Civ knows where he is now. It's looking more alert to his presence, but the control point's going to open in about 6 minutes here. Does decide to come in early, does not have a lot of health to work with. Civ's looking for him, puts on a biotic field, and is able to get him down.
3
Dirty Jockey, while maybe able to dart in and out with a little bit better presence, have a little bit more mobility, but not quite able to best just the health advantage that Civ had with that biotic field. Now both going Soldier again. Let's see what the other options were. I think Dirty's been cycling through them a little bit, maybe so we can see them. It's kind of a nice gesture. That is in fact what he's trying to do. But both coming out Soldier. Civ looking to come back. The 2 rounds required to tie this back up at 3, and again, Dirty looking to cause some problems otherwise. Once again, both soldiers posting up in these houses here, looking to get a little bit of damage in. Engages, especially with Soldier or any other character that can heal themselves, tend to be a little bit more long and drawn out in 1v1. no reason to engage too aggressively if you have the opportunity to take it slow and steady, but they're rounding a little bit closer to each other and probably closer than they realize. Dirty Jockey has an idea, but nothing substantial just yet about where Civ might be. Civ may have seen him there as he went around the corner and does start to engage. Half damage gone for Dirty Jockey. Will use the battlefield to try and get a little bit of it back, but now Civ knows where he is because of the shadow of that field there. Again, trying to get a little more damage from the high ground, takes a little bit, uses the battlefield, and Dirty Jockey will do the same. So now we're back to square one with both. Those tight corners could be a little bit more difficult to work in. Dirty Jockey thinks about coming around to the center, but thinks better of it, but now may come down again. Again, we can see the silhouettes, but they cannot. So this is a complete surprise to Civ, who sees him come around the corner, trying to get a little bit more damage in, but again, with the battlefield, it's just going to be difficult. Now the control point will open up in about 30 seconds or so. Not time they can wait on this. It's just a matter of who can track better in closer quarters. Dirty Jockey may engage first. Looks like he's trying to get into the point of the more quickly, use the battlefield, but a good Helix Rock from Civ will tie this back up at 3.
3-3. Prepare for battle.
Just a second, guys. We'll take a short break. Short pause. Alright, thanks for guys. Lobby was supposed to be in the lobby. Now a Genji battle opening up for Civ and Dirty Jockey. Dirty Jockey, I believe, did win the very first entanglement between these two on Castillo. Very first round of the first game, both Genji and Dirty Jockey took that. So maybe looking to get the 4-3 advantage here. Again, it's first to 5, so and Dirty Jockey already down 1 rather. Civ having taken win on Castillo. But now engaging, and a quick, that was absolutely dirty from Dirty Jockey. Getting a quick damage in there and then a slice to take down Savuki, and now having gone down 3-1 has a possibility to take this game and force Eco Point Antarctica for opportunity to head to the finals against the Jealous. So Dirty Jockey going Ana. That's a very interesting pick on 1v1s. Haven't got an opportunity to see that yet in the semifinals. Civ going Trusty McCree has won the engagements where he's gone McCree previously, so interesting to see how this pans out for them, but obviously a sleep from Dirty Jockey could make it very difficult to work with. And looking to get this 5th win that will tie up the game, take us to Eagle Point, tiebreaker going to the finals. Like Dirty Jockey may have an eyeball on Civ. I don't know if Civ has seen his opposite yet. Playing this a little bit more slowly, knowing that he's in a good position. Civ knows to get the round win here to right up and have a chance to win this. Shots coming in, but nobody able to connect just yet. The sleep dart comes out from Dirty Jockey, not able to get Civ on his back, but the bio grenade there will get a little bit of health down. Again, Civ cannot heal himself. Dirty Jockey could use that grenade here in a second to get his own health back. He may try and use it. He uses it there. Does get the sleep dart. That's good damage in on Civ. Could win this game right here. He was able to get a little bit more. Civ's got maybe 1 shot left. Gets a good shot there on, but it won't matter the grenade. There's another sleep, and that will be the win. Or Dirty Jockey able to use Ana. Best Civ for the first time in this game and forces the 3rd round on Eagle Point Antarctica.
Play of the game.
So now all to play for in Eco Point Antarctica. Final round. There's 2 players. looking to get into the finals against the Jealous. Tantalizing proposition as far as I'm concerned. Readies from both sides. We'll be ready for the third round. And here we go, all to play for on Eco Point Antarctica. This is best of 3, and Civ, after taking the first round on Castillo. Dirty Jockey coming back, coming down 3-1 actually, to take the win on Black Forest to force this third round opportunity to face the Jealous in the final. Both are ready to start, so let's do it.
Arriving at Eco Point, Antarctica. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Everything to play for here. Like Civ, Tracer early, Dirty Jockey coming out, Tracer as well, so off to a good start here. Better, I believe Dirty Jockey won both Tracer engages on the that we've seen so far on both maps. So see if Civ can get the win here. Again, we're not able to see the other two options for each players, which I think is touch, but how do we see those? Go with whatever they decide to give us. And playing it slow, just looking for an opportunity to get a little damage in. Little do they know they are on opposite sides of the map from each other right now. See who gets first. Dirty Jockey using a dash, maybe trying to bait Civ a little bit. Again, on opposite sides basically of the map from each other, but closing closely. Civ a little bit of damage in Dirty Jockey using the recall very early, but now doesn't have it. So Civ trying to come in aggressively to see if he can get a little bit of damage in that may stick while that cooldown's going off. Civ does actually take some damage there, use the recall, and now Dirty Jockey is able to get back up to 150 and is able to take down Civ with a good clip and melee combo.
1-0. Prepare
Like, those fights didn't just come out so quickly,
Select your hero.
especially in the 1v1s. We're just looking for just any indication of where your opponent is before you can try and engage. And Civ getting the early shots in, but Dirty Jockey coming back and winning that round. And I believe he's undefeated when it's Tracer in this matchup. Civ now going McCree, who we've seen play very well, only lost, I think it was 2-1 on McCree, having won the McCree matchups, then losing there in the final round to fall on Black Forest to Dirty Jockey's Anna. Jockey's had some good Tracer rounds, so looking that streak alive. Civ again, sharpshooter on McCree, looking to shut down this Tracer. each other than they may realize. And literally right next to each other, I have no idea. Now Dirty Jockey taking some hits. Civ does see him, uses the recall to try and get that damage back, but now the fight is on. Civ sees him ducking in and out. Now the recall cooldown is going to take a bit, but Dirty Jockey just content to sit back there, actually earning his own slightly faster rate as well, so it could be a huge score. But now engaging very quickly. The stun comes out from Civ, not able to connect, and now taking damage. Dirty Jockey still full health, and Civ about half, but under half, I guess. But for just a couple headshots, now he just needs a couple good shots in to end this round effectively and tie it back up at 1. Sit in the back. I think Dirty Jockey knows where he might be, and there goes the engage. Tries to get the stun, does get it off, but the clips come in from Dirty Jockey a little bit more quickly. Now a 2-0 lead for Dirty Jockey on Civ. Again, the winner of this goes directly to the finals against the Jealous, who is waiting in the wings for the winner of this matchup. Civ coming out strong, Castillo taking that in a 5-3 win, I believe, and Dirty Jockey coming back 5-4 on Black Forest. Now both coming out mid. We saw this matchup a few times on Black Forest. It's like both going towards the center. Jockey maybe coming back out. Darts coming in from either side. Dirty Jockey taking a little bit of damage, so trying to get a little bit on him. Try and heal up a little bit there. He's able to get back to full health, use the wall to protect himself, and Civ trying to come more strongly. Yeah, we'll be a little bit more aggressive. Now the engage starts. Ice Command from either side. Civ was frozen at first a few times, does fall again there, and now 3-0 lead. Dirty Jockey in the semifinals, looking for a way to get into those finals. Civ up against the wall a little bit here. Only a few rounds to turn this back around, but knows that it can be done. Obviously, Dirty Jockey coming from behind. This is the matchup actually that Civ fell to Dirty Jockey in the 5th round, or rather the 9th round effectively. The 5th win for Dirty Jockey on Black Forest. So see how this matchup plays out on a different map. If I'm not mistaken, Dirty Jockey did actually sleep Civ twice at last engage, so aware of those sleep darts and want to fall prey to them again, but now pretty close to each other. The first engage comes from Civ, who's able to do the stun off very quickly, gets a couple good shots. Does not take any damage this time, wins this round, and gets a point on the board.
1-3. Prepare for battle. Select your
Civ that time is a little bit quicker, so I'm coming around the corner. Have the visibility, enabling shots in. Still a bit of a hill to climb. Needs to come back from the very deficit that he led on Black Forest before falling, so know what can be done. Dirty Jockey again. See what he can do. Both going Arisa this time, so.
For your safety, please move behind the barrier.
Again, this should be a battle of position themselves or effectively avoid those halts, staying around the checkpoint as it opens up.
Barrier activated. Don't
Get a little bit of damage on Dirty Jockey. From around that shield a little bit, the halt will not connect to Civ. And from this distance, it's a little difficult to get good angles, especially with all the beams and things in the way. Both of them both sitting in very tight there. So, and no one with a really significant advantage. No one wants to engage too aggressively. Obviously, Civ looking for opportunities to win these rounds. It doesn't want to be taken down by his own hubris. So, be a little bit more patient in these fights. Again, the rate at which a shield comes back, though, it's going to be difficult for them to really break these down and cause any damage to the halt mostly. That will help, though, as control point opens in about 10 seconds or so, this fight may come to them. Good pull there from Civ. Will get a little bit more damage on Dirty Jockey. Has the most minor advantage there coming into point, but Dirty Jockey will drop down first and get set up. A good hold there. We'll pull Civ out and get a little bit more damage in on him. So now a little bit disadvantaged, but as the control point does open, just a matter of who is able to get these kills, but it does also fall down pretty quickly, so you don't want to accidentally back off the back. That's how Dirty Jockey's already earned a little bit of that percentage. Pulse coming in again, not quite connecting for either. Somebody's gonna have to do something eventually. Let's just continue. Wide open for both right now. No one really wanting to put a foot wrong, and the halt's not really helping. If they could just use a halt, kind of pull Civ off the back of the point. They can do that for either, really. They're kind of both in positions to do so. They don't necessarily have to kill. They can just take the point. Dirty Jockey with more of the advantage actually coming in. Civ will take him down to power him down. And again, don't call it a comeback, folks. He is down, was down 3-0 coming back with these last 2 rounds to try and get a little bit closer to an opportunity to win this and meet in the finals. This is the 3rd match of 3. Winner of this faces the Jealous in the finals of the 1v1 tournament. So don't go anywhere. We have a fight on our hands. Going May again is Dirty Jockey. Civ will do that again. I think that's the most common matchup we've seen, both going May. I'd like to see what those other options are that are preventing them from running them, but May seems to be the pick. I think they do. It may just be a matter of knowing that she's the only hero available and what they're given to heal herself, and thinking that probably is an advantage here in 1v1. Shots coming in early and connecting on Dirty Jockey. Civ getting a little bit of damage now, down 150 health or so already, as Dirty Jockey will try and find an opportunity to heal here. I expect he'll do it once he gets into good tucked away spot, but Civ trying to come in aggressively and get that damage back in. All the way back up to full health is Dirty Jockey, and we're back to square one. Back into a corner a little bit though, maybe trying to use the, he's going to try and wall him off as soon as he comes through. Or rather wall himself, try and find a little bit of a barrier, and maybe it waited a half-second longer, could have probably trapped Civ a little bit in a difficult spot. But once again, trying to get the freeze in. Civ has not been the quicker of the two as far as getting the ice in, and Dirty Jockey I think has had his number on these May engagements. So Civ looking to try and get one back here, does freeze Dirty Jockey and gets the win to tie it back up at 3, coming down the last 3 rounds after losing the first 3 to tie this up. We have a game in our hands, folks. Another soldier engagement. Been a little long and drawn out, but generally pretty exciting. But the damage going to come thick and fast here. So we'll have to use the Viaduct Field early on. Dirty Jockey getting a little bit of damage in and able to come in pretty aggressively. But Civ actually now taking the lead. Dirty Jockey, I like the strategy there, trying to come with a little bit of moxie, but not able to get his Viaduct Field down early enough there. Civ maybe a little bit with better tracking and able to get the headshot to take him down. So now after being 3-0 up on Civ, Dirty Jockey coming down, facing elimination here in the semifinal. If Civ wins this round, he does go on to the final against the Jealous. Losing here could mean another what I'm looking for, final elimination? That's what I'm talking about. Sudden death, thank you, cat. Let's see what Dirty Jockey has here. Civ, the Orisa soldier dynamic has been difficult throughout for both players, I think. There's a lot of things to consider. Obviously, Civ already down to about 2/3 health. Dirty Jockey will be able to heal himself periodically, but does have a health disadvantage. And like we said earlier, we'll want to try and get damage in as quickly as possible so that once the control point opens up, he doesn't have all the work to do. But just taking more damage than anything now, Civ is again down maybe a little bit over half health left. So Dirty Jockey in a better position now than he was on the previous round, but still needs to get over more of this damage in. Takes a little bit there, but able to heal himself with the Viaduct Field. And it's just going to be difficult for him to find a good way to get in behind Civ. He's pretty aware of where he is and tucked in pretty far back. Splash damage in over the top, nothing significant, but again, just looking for ways to poke in a little bit further, knowing he can heal himself and he's got the time to do so. Last thing he needs is for the control point to open up before he's gotten Civ down maybe a little bit further. But again, with the rate at which that shield respawns, he's not going to be able to get enough damage in to break it every time before Civ can put up a new one. So we have to figure out another way to find that space, but Trying to be strategic, maybe getting a little bit of splash damage in, gets a little bit more in on Sif. Checking his health here. He's about 185, so nothing to sneeze at still. But we'll see what Dirty Jockey can do. Control point is about to open up, and this could be it right here. If Sif gets this win, he will go on to the finals. If Dirty Jockey is able to pull it back, we'll have a sudden death in the 9th round. As control point opens, both drops. Sif taking damage in early, maybe a little bit more than he expected to. Not able to put the shield down. Dirty Jockey has the time to put down the biotic field and just see if he can find some space. Again, Sif has the opportunity to use the halt to pull him off the point and just take it outright, but hasn't thought to do so yet, or has not decided it's the time to do so. Dirty Jockey looking for an opportunity to come in around. Doesn't know exactly where Civ is, but knows he needs to find an advantage. Has a little bit of a hole there, and Civ is down to really low health. And I don't know if he's going to be able to fight out. Will take a Helix Rocket. Civ and Dirty Jockey coming back.
4-4. Prepare
Going
for
3-0 up. Falling down 4-3. Tying it up at 4. The winner of this game goes on to the finals against the Jealous. Will be another soldier battle. See who has the advantage here. Dirty Jockey last time a little bit aggressive coming in and not having just the heals needed to take down Civ. A little better tracking from his counterpart there. So we'll see who has it here. Both a little bit more tentative in their engage. I think if Civ had poked through that doorway, Dirty Jockey might have seen him at least twice now. But now, damage coming in early from Dirty Jockey. Nothing significant again, but gets a Helix Rocket down. A little bit of splash damage. Biotic Field comes down for Civ. Looking to get damage of his own in. The Biotic Field comes down for Dirty Jockey. Both back up to 200 health. An exasperated sigh from the soldier being played by Savuki. I think it's how we all feel. Just waiting to see who's going to come out on top here. Both wanting to get the damage in and punch their ticket to the finals. Wanting to put a foot wrong and make a mistake that could cost them. Down at half health as Dirty Jockey puts down on the Biotic Field to try and get back to Solvent. Civ, I believe, sees him, and I don't know if Dirty Jockey's aware of where Civ is. But playing a little bit safe, back up to full health, so it doesn't have to panic too much. The control point not quite looking like it's about to open just yet. But now the engage comes in. Civ taking a lot of damage here, gets a Helix Rocket, splash damage, and is going to have to use the Biotic Field to try and get himself back up to Solvent. Dirty Jockey finding a better position. I don't know if they know where each other is yet, but now Dirty Jockey looks like he may be able to get around this corner here and find some damage on Civ here. But does show his position a little bit with the shots through the doorway, so I think Civ kind of knows where he is. But now the control point will open in 30 seconds or so, and neither of them have a shield, so this will end here very quickly. Either if they go to the control point or just engage right here. Civ taking damage early. Dirty Jockey taking some as well. Body fields go down for both, trying to get back up to 200 health. And Dirty Jockey a little bit ahead on the tactical visor if it does come down to the point like we saw it come down to on Castillo very early on. So we'll see who has the advantage. The control point opens up in about 10 seconds. Again, nobody wanted to make a mistake. The finals on the line. Dropping down the point early and setting up shop is Dirty Jockey. We'll try and fight inside the Biotic Field. Civ will do the exact same, using this pillar as a shield as much as they can. The Helix Rockets don't quite connect for Dirty Jockey. Civ, with the win, will go on to the finals. Just a fantastic game for both these players.
play of the game.
Perhaps consolation prize for Dirty Jockey. Played incredibly well, but won the battle, maybe not the war there. And Savuki will face the Jealous in the finals. We've got the Jealous waiting in the wings, so we will get that match queued up for you. And again, congratulations to Dirty Jockey. Put on a hell of a performance. But congratulations to Civ making it to the finals. Stick with us. We'll be back in just a little bit, and we'll have that final game for you. Welcome back to the 1v1 tournament. This is the championship game between Savuki and the Jealous. The Jealous taking down Airstrike 31 in the first semifinal. And if you were with us, you just saw Savuki take down Dirty Jockey in a very exciting, very tight, both win 9 rounds semifinal game. So Jealous into the lobby, and we'll have this game started for you shortly. To remind everybody that we are sponsored again this season, and this tournament is sponsored by Casual Gamer. Limited edition designs made for true fans of the game. You can check him out and all the work this guy going on. Again, just a lot of really cool custom skins, designs, things like that. For Overwatch and other games, it's www.casualgamer.us or on Instagram at casual_gamer. It looks like we are all set, both in the lobby. We've got Castillo queued up, both these players ready to go and face off. Since the finals, once again, will be a best of 3, like the semifinals were. And yeah, just excited to get this started. Both played very well in each of their semifinal games. And see what they have in store for us here. But it looks like both are ready, so we'll keep up in Castillo.
Welcome to Castillo. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
On Castillo in the 1v1 championship. Civ going with McCree. The Jealous did spectate that previous game, so saw the McCree Anna matchups that we had between Civ and Dirty Jockey. Dirty Jockey did get the better of Civ once on Anna, then coming back the other way. did fall. So we'll see if Civ's McCree can overpower the Jealous here. We didn't get to see the Jealous play Anna in his semi-final, so we'll see what he's able to do there. Most sleep darts can be effective. Again, Civ once gets a couple shots, you could be in a difficult position, but again, with the ability to heal on Anna, Jealous could have a bit of an advantage. We'll see how it plays out. Getting a couple shots in early, the Jealous taking a little bit of damage from Civ. He used the grenade there, but will not have it to try and purple Civ once they engage again. But content to sit back a little bit further. He does have longer range shooting with Anna's sniper there, so we'll try and
This will help.
get some damage in. Again, use the grenade, so that won't be able to use it offensively. Trying to get shots in. Civ getting a couple good shots in early and able to take down the Jealous before he's able to get the sleep dart off.
1. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Now face off this first Widowmaker battle we've gotten in the semifinals or the finals, so see who's a better shot. Shot comes out early from Civ, not able to connect. A second shot misses as well. The Venom Mine is back there, but it may not be an issue if Civ doesn't hit the direction. Lot to consider here. Nobody wants to get caught out. One peek. Fast. In a rough spot, the Jealous finally catches Civ off guard, able to get a little bit of damage in, and now Civ about 2/3 health. Need to get the single shot there, but the body shots will do for now. Taking one of his own is the Jealous, now down to 80, a little bit worse off for wear. Now a single shot should take down either. He wants to take too much damage. There it is. Oh, I really thought the Jealous got that shot up. Looks like Civ did get the headshot in. That was going to be a tie win regardless. Up 2-0 in the final. Civ sitting in a good position, but again has a long way to go to try and take this map. Another May battle from both. We saw those quite a bit in the second semifinal, not as often in the first. So these May matchups, pretty familiar to Civ. The Jealous maybe not so much. I'm not too sure how many engagements he had in the say qualifiers for lower levels of this tournament, but shots off early as the Jealous, been out of positional. Secrecy gone. Civ trying to get a little bit of the ice in there. They froze each other simultaneously. Civ in a little bit worse spot as far as health goes, but is able to get out of that ice pretty quickly, trying to get a little bit of that health back. They're about even now. The wall coming from the Jealous is good. Looks like Civ will lose out here. It does get frozen, and now pulling one back is the Jealous.
2-1.
Seen these fights go both sides, and obviously these players would not be in the finals if they didn't know how to play a wide variety of characters. So excited to see how this match shakes out. Hopefully the picks will be good to them, and we get some good matchups. Now Anna for both. The sleep darts could be significant, but again they'll be able to heal themselves. So let's see who has the better shot. Getting damage in early is the Jealous, trying to get a sleep dart off, but unable to. Was Civ. Now the Jealous fires his and misses as well, so those will both be down. I think nanos are gone as well. Nanos rather, bio grenades. Another sleep dart coming in from both missing, and again just trying to get a little bit of damage. Looks like Jealous is flanking around this outside, may be able to get a quick shot in, does not. Both still up 200. The grenade comes in, both purple now trying. They won't be able to heal themselves, but won't have an ability to either. Now the sleep dart coming in from Civ misses again, down to 80 health, and he doesn't have a grenade to heal himself. The Jealous in a better position here with the high ground, looking for a opportunity to come back down. Both cooldown's done. Civ will try and get a little bit of that health back using the grenade. Jealous does the same, both back up to 200. Actually, I take that back. Civ a little bit lower, about 190 or so. Another shot coming from the Jealous, misses long range. Not able to get any damage art either, but the sleep dart coming in from Civ, he is able to connect with the Jealous and trying to get over there as quickly as possible to make this worth it. Does hit the bio grenade, and the sleep dart comes in from the Jealous, isn't quite able to hit it, but he's not quite down just yet. Trying to get damage in. Civ able to connect a couple times. About half health though. Civ in a bad position, can't heal himself. He is purple, even if that grenade is back. Finally is able to get it down. Purple's the Jealous heals himself. There's the sleep dart coming in on Civ, and that will do it. At 20 health, the Jealous able to pull that one back. Now we're 2-2.
Score 2-2.
What an engagement for the two just within that battle, looking like each one had the advantage multiple times, able to use those grenades effectively. And finally the sleep coming in on Civ, his demise. Jealous quick picking Orisa, Civ trying to decide. Will also go Orisa. Getting it pretty quickly. Civ maybe taking a little bit of damage, but now a very good hold coming out from the Jealous, able to grab him a little bit on the way down. And maybe a little bit of an advantage. The Jealous may get pulled off the side here if he's not careful, but another halt tries to go through, doesn't quite connect. Now Civ's able to get a little bit of damage onto the shield from the outside, but again, these shields just respawn so quickly, so it could be very difficult. Civ leaving his shield there, maybe not wanting to give away his position, and may not work out for him. That was a good strategy, but I think the Jealous might have seen him coming on the left-hand side, maybe not actually, but now the hull comes in ineffectively. Civ use that positional kind of strategy as effectively as maybe he wanted to. The hull coming in from the Jealous doesn't quite connect either, and both just putting in damage from range, not really able to do too much, maybe just waiting for the control point to open up and see if they can catch their opponent making a mistake. But another hull comes in, Civ backs up to avoid it. And both just tucked in defensively, looking for a position to really dig into. Civ may be trying to work his way around as long as he has a shield available and get into a better position than not falling off the back. I don't know if that was intentional or not. It may have been to try and get up another good position. Now the control point opening up, so he has to move down regardless. Already in a good position is the Jealous on the point, looking for a way to get maybe a little bit more damage in before Civ's able to engage. But I think he's going to have to be responsible about how he times his shields here. We'll have to have one as it comes into point to avoid not, taking any undue damage. But now a good halt there will get a little bit more damage on the Jealous. It's still pretty tight, and now Jealous tries the same, but as the control point opens up, already 2/3 of it gone. Civ finally gets on the point, but it may not be enough. He actually does back off there, not quite as inside as far as he should have been. The Jealous in a good position, and takes it 3-2.
2-2. Prepare for battle. Select
Kind of expecting that to be a little bit of a more prominent strategy with the Orisa fights, especially because it goes down to the control point so frequently. Both of them able to block so much damage that you can just use that halt to get your opponent off the point long enough for you to cap it. It caps so quickly, so trying to get into that position may be a little more advantageous. Another Maeve up from Civ and the Jealous. Again, we might be able to see who they're able to pick regardless, so I think it may just be a matter of them knowing that they can heal themselves and recognizing how important that is. Trying to get shots off. No one really connecting too well just yet. Now a good shot comes in from Civ, able to grab the Jealous, a little bit of health down. Now he grabs him with the second, so now he's going to have to use his healing there to get back up to 200. Both of them taking a little bit of damage and doing the same backup solving now. Civ sitting a little bit more defensively. Now the Jealous trying to come in maybe and see if he can get into a good range to freeze him. But Civ just content to sit back a little bit further, about in range where they can start trying to freeze each other. And see it there, breaks out. Looks like Civ using his ice there to try and get an advantage. Jealous doing the same, a little bit lower on health. Could be a difficult spot. The wall coming from the Jealous to defend a little bit further. Control point will probably open up here very shortly, but I don't know if it's going to come down to it. The Jealous there finally getting frozen and taking an icicle to the face. Civ with the headshot. It's tied up 3-3.
3-3. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Both going Genji. I'm going to see this matchup yet, but I'm excited to see who reigns supreme here. Genji's generally a very exciting 1v1 hero to watch. I always wish my Genji play was a little bit better. But it's not. A little bit of damage in early. Connected some of the Shuriken Civ. He's getting a little bit more damage actually. Jealous about down to half now, playing this very well. Trying to get more. Again, the Shuriken just able to hit them in stride. Civ finally taking a little bit of damage, and Jealous may have something he can hold on to here. He was able to find a little bit of space. There it is, right there. The swipe coming in from Civ onto the Jealous, taking the lead 4-3. Looking to take the first round of the finals.
Prepare for battle.
Again, it's the best 2 of 3,
Select
so
your hero.
winner of this round will try and get the win on Black Forest 2-0. Need that tiebreaker. We'll go to eco point. Civ familiar with the eco point map already, having played in the last round. The Jealous did not have to. He was able to win 2-0 Castillo and Black Forest. So could that be a factor? Not sure. I'm sure they played a lot of eco point just in general practicing for these rounds, so it may not be significant. But finally not seeing a Mei or an Orisa. Nice for them to mix it up for us a little bit. And coming in very quickly, both putting up their respective barriers, and Civ is trying to be aggressive in this attack, knowing that Shield's going to be on a bit of a cooldown, maybe able to freeze him early, but taking a lot of damage to do so. And I think Jealous is probably in a better position here. Finally does get frozen. It's going to take a couple shots, however, though, for Civ to get those in. I think he wanted to be able to get behind that wall and heal himself, but he does fall 4-4. Now in the first round of the championship for the 1v1 tournament, we're down to a 4-4 sudden death match. Both going Mei again, and it'd be super awesome if Overwatch would give us some dynamic heroes, but I like the strategy employed by both of them for the Mei battles. And again, just luck of the draw sometimes. Trying to get damage in early. No one able to connect just yet. Again, this is the final round of this first round here in the finals, so nobody wants to, again, put a foot wrong for opportunities to get some space. And I think Civ done an Icicle there, he might have gotten some damage in, but nothing just yet. And again, just darting in around each other. This control point will be significant. Finally hitting a shot off the Jealous, hitting Saduki. And as he comes in to be a little bit more aggressive in this attack, he decides to use his healing, but may be able to play to try to get around the ledge and didn't really get a chance to. He's now the Jealous in a tough spot. Doug is able to heal a little bit, but both disadvantaged. Civ finally getting frozen from below. The Jealous taking this first round.
Play of the game.
Probably not the main matchup that Civ wanted to win. Needed that last one in order to take the lead here, but a very tightly contested game so far. We'll be going to the Black Forest for the second round. Stick with us. We're back. We are ready to start the second round of the 1v1 championship on Black Forest. The Jealous winning in a 9-round thriller on Castillo. Civ looking to come back and force the tiebreaker on Eagle. Both teams are ready, so we'll get started.
Now entering the Black Forest. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Savuki, who has shown a good success rate with McCree, will choose to open up here with him. The Jealous will go Sombra. But accuracy versus mobility.
Beacon in place.
Can't imagine that Jealous lose to translocate here, knowing that Civ's sitting right on top of that beacon. Both taking a little bit of damage in that first engage, but I think Civ's a little worse for wear. The Jealous has only about 11 gone. Rather 21 gone, sorry. I can math.
Looking for me?
Trying to get into a good position. I don't think Civ heard that voice line. Still looking for translocator. Was able to find it, but did not use it. I don't think the Jealous didn't use it, so it'll just be a matter of outwitting your opponent.
See you later.
30 seconds remaining.
Civ waiting for an opportunity to catch the Jealous off guard. The Jealous doing the exact same. Now as the control point opens up here in about 20 seconds or so. Again, nobody wants to put a foot wrong. Civ already in a hole, having lost the first round on Castillo, so not wanting to lose any rounds unnecessarily. The Jealous obviously wanting to hold on to the lead and not let nerves get to him. It's a championship game.
Beacon in place.
Translocator getting into the point a little early, able to take down Civ. Oh, and it looked like the Jealous would be able to get him down. Civ with, I have no idea how much health, had to be less than 5 health, able to get the stun in and the shot off. Another May battle here. The Jealous and Civ, seems like the game just loves to give them to us. We'll see who has the better hands. Obviously Civ losing May battle on the last round of Castillo, so looking to pull that back and take a good 2-0 lead in the 1v1 championship round 2. Coming over the top, trying to get the freeze in early. Civ does actually freeze each other simultaneously. The damage from both. Finally able to get into the ice and heal himself a little bit. Civ, but Jealous, it does have a little bit of an advantage. Decides not to heal himself and is able to get the win. Interesting decision there from the Jealous to keep from healing himself, just wait for Civ to come back out and know that he had the advantage and maybe catch him trying to come out of that ice very quickly. It's exactly how that happened. He was able to get that win. It'll be interesting to see the next time May is an opportunity to pick. Looks like this will be the chance here to see if Civ does decide to go May. Hasn't had the greatest success in those. Generally does not freeze as quickly. I think we saw that again in his match against Dirty Jockey as well. Does not generally get the freeze off as quickly as his opponent, so that could be a little bit difficult. But again, having that healing may just be too valuable to waste. In this match, already off to a very dodgy start. 1-1 for both so far. Damage coming in quickly from Civ, getting a shot onto the Jealous. Hasn't taken damage yet, but now he does. The Jealous very, very low. And now trying to heal back a little bit. Civ will do the same to get back up to 200, and now they will engage again. Coming around the corner, but showing himself the Jealous, and is able to get... Oh, was able to get his wall down rather as he was frozen by Civ, and I think Civ got started a little bit sooner. They're able to get a little bit of an advantage, but now down to 91 health and trying to heal again is the Jealous in bad positions as Civ is at a good spot with health and trying to catch him off guard again. The wall coming in to block himself from the Jealous and able to use those pretty strategically. Jealous has a little bit more on his cooldown to go. They freeze each other again. We'll see who tries to heal this time. Looks like in a tough position, the Jealous will use that healing again. Civ gets to a good position, uses his. Getting in a little bit closer to each other. The control point will open here pretty quickly. Getting damage off. Jealous has a little bit of damage coming in, but nothing significant just yet. Will try to use his healing right there, and Civ in a really good spot. Does not need to use it. May be able to be a little bit more aggressive in his approach. He will freeze the Jealous here, gets the headshot off, and goes up 2-1.
Score 2-1. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
So it could be another Genji matchup for these two. Coming to this round, I think you want finals to be as close as this one. That first round on Steel went 9 rounds in a first to 5. This one already off to a similar start. Back and forth. Getting shurikens in early, the Jealous getting damage in. Civ in a very difficult spot. The Jealous not far behind him though as far as health goes. Again, getting shurikens and able to clip Civ as he tries to turn around and get into a better position. Very quick round, able to tie this up 2-2.
2-2. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
I like how we keep manually panning even the party's dead camera. Alright. Another Tracer matchup on its way. Again, a game as tightly contested as this one. He wants to make a mistake. Jealous in a good spot. 3 wins away. Championship. Civ looking to get this game and force Eco Point. Ramp up this final. First presence indication coming in. The Jealous here. Civ off to the right. Nothing just yet. Bo still crouching. A little dash in from Jealous. May bait Civ a little bit. Here the engage starts. Bo coming in. Jealous in a very difficult spot. Use the recall to get back to 150. Civ still a little bit low. Has used his recall. We've seen that before. About 2/3 health or so. Looking at this next engage. We'll try and recall again, but doesn't have the health to match up. Recall. Also down for the Jealous. Taking a little more damage. Civ caught on the wall there. Down to maybe 1-shot health. Looking to dart in and out and does get the win. I'm surprised that it looked like Civ would fall.
2-3.
Down to really low health, but able to use that engage well.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Going up 3-2. Jealous coming right back to the Tracer pick. Seeing if he can. Or maybe wondering if Civ will also go Tracer. Civ on McCree, I think too good for him to pass up. Difficult to not. He's used him, I think, at most opportunities so far. Yeah, this will just be can engage more quickly. Jealous can start shots in early. Will be able to recall to get that health back, which he does. Civ down to about half health and in a difficult position as the Jealous comes in to re-engage. Looks like he will back off actually just a little bit. Had the opportunity to come back in and make this interesting. Decided to back off a little bit. Civ in a difficult position, looking to get a single shot back on that could end this for him, but didn't have the recall. Now the Jealous with full health. Takes him downside, Civ 3-3. I think if Civ could have hit that last shot, he would have gotten right before the recall came off, but just a little bit too quick was the Jealous able to get recall off. That health back and take down Civ. Another McCree pick for Civ going straight back to it, like we saw the Jealous do on the Tracer pick previously. We'll see what he decides to go with. Widowmaker here could make it interesting. Civ's gonna have to be clever about his positioning. Know that if he pokes a little bit, Jealous could come away with a headshot, but Civ did win the Widow fight last time. Not that it is this time, but obviously we've seen the Jealous get some good shots in, so.
Te voilà.
Shot early in from Civ puts the Jealous down to 78 health, and that could make it difficult to single more shot. That will do it. Civ taking the lead again, 4-3, and in a good position here to win this round, knowing that if he gets able to get this win right here,
Prepare
force
for
Eco
battle.
Point in the final.
Select your hero.
Another Tracer battle breaking out. Everything on the line here. The Jealous in kind of a better position, only knowing that obviously if he drops this game, he does have another one, so it's not a complete elimination. Civ knows that every round it's going to count. Can't afford to drop another. Match points for Savuki here on Black Forest. We'll see if they decide to engage quickly or just kind of play back and forth like they have been. A little bit noisier than they have, not a lot of crouch spam. Civ coming straight in, but the Jealous sees him first. Down to 66 health, they both will be called back to 150 and engage again. Civ taking a little bit more damage, the Jealous a little bit worse for it though. Able to get a good clip in, about 76 health. The recall still on cooldown, won't be able to use it, 59 health, and finally Civ does take him down, gets the win, and forces the Ego Point tiebreaker.
Play of the game.
So now it all comes down to Eco Point Antarctica. See who wins the 1v1 championship again. This is happened for a few weeks here. Both these players, a lot of matches down to this point. The Jealous taking the early lead, Civ coming back. Black Forest and now to Eco Point Antarctica with everything to play for, the championship on the line. Make sure both of them are ready to go. I think we're about ready to start. Let's cue that for you. Don't think we could have asked for a better semi-final and final round. All these players playing very well, and excited to see players at this level show what they can do in a 1v1 arena. I believe we are all set, all ready to go. Let's get to Eco Point Antarctica.
Arriving at Eco Point Antarctica. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Just all to play for here. Opening up again with the May battle. Seeing each other early, getting some shots off, but nothing connecting just yet for either one. More shots forthcoming, still nothing quite connecting, just using this barrier as a bit of a shield. Try and maneuver around to get a little bit closer to each other. Again, the freeze obviously so critical for this character, and we haven't seen just a straight kill without it, so it'll be significant to see who has the advantage here. Again, nobody wanting to put any mistakes, make any mistakes rather, knowing that this is the absolute final round. Moving in a little bit closer, the Jealous trying to be a little bit more aggressive in getting Civ out of position. The freezes come out from each. Civ take a little bit of damage early, but Jealous deciding to use the Ice Cold there to regain that health back. Both of them not able to use it to its full potential, and will fall health. Drop some health a little bit, and Civ falling there. The first round of the final.
1-0.
First round of the final round?
Prepare for battle.
I'm not sure.
Select your hero.
Opening up again, Civ going Soldier, the Jealous doing the same. I've said this before, but I think the skin that the Jealous has on here from the Summer Games, Soldier saying anyone need cold refreshment is probably one of the best voice lines in the game. And if you disagree, you can fight me. Damage coming in quickly. The Jealous taking quite a bit of it. Civ able to get those shots in the way he needed to, and that is a 1-1 tie-up here in the final round of the championship game. You have the Jealous again coming in a little bit more aggressively than maybe he wanted to. We saw that, I believe, once on... actually, I think that was Civ dealing with Dirty Jockey in his semifinal on Black Forest, where Soldier came in aggressively, and it's just difficult with that battlefield already set up to try and come in and make a play there. Another Arista battle coming up. And if this does go to control point, I would like to see somebody try and pull off their opponent with the halt. I think that's got to be an effective strategy. It honestly, it goes so quickly. How would you not? See if David's there just a little bit. Del's already trying to get a little bit of that damage in. Maybe he does grab the halt, but is not able to get any damage in. Yeah, just inconsequential damage from both of them so far. This is what we usually see from these Orisa fights, just range shots, maybe moving a little bit closer to each other, trying to use the halt to pull them out of position, but it's just difficult with how quickly the cooldown goes for these shields, but maybe not wanting to sit with the control point here towards the end. Both these players very evenly matched, but again, the shield's going to protect Civ on that halt right there. One finally does connect for the Jealous. Tried to use another one there. Civ not successful, but now pulling him off the high ground is the Jealous, and now Savuki in a difficult position. We'll try and get that shield back in. He doesn't know where his opponent's coming from. Able to get his shield down, but takes a little bit more damage, and not in a super great position. That shield actually for the Jealous is pushed up against the wall to prevent any vertical holes, and he's in a very good position here. Civ will have to use the shield to get a little bit closer. Use it there, tries to use the fortifier, coming in very aggressive, but taking a lot of damage. And I don't know who's going to win this one, but he is able to get the headshots. Civ going up 2-1. I think that's all it was. Civ had the worst health and the worst position, but I think just getting those headshots in early helped him win that round, and now in a good position. They'll be trying to take this lead. Another Orisa fight. It'll be a rematch of the previous.
Advised to move behind my barrier.
This hallway fight could be interesting. Not a lot to do for either side. Again, just gonna be a little bit of patience and trying to find the good opportunity to get in. Civ may push in a little bit further forward. His aggressive approach last time was beneficial. See if he's able to pay off there. I will say we do see a lot of these fights, but I think that's probably why I lost my 1v1. Just wanted to mix it up too much, play the other ones I'm familiar with, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Both of these players have shown they can do well with these heroes, so why not? That, and I'm an actual trash Overwatch 1v1 player, so I'll probably have something to do with it, but again, just waiting for the control point to open up, using these shields to try and create a little bit of space. Civ was aggressive last time, paid off for him, but I think with the tighter position here, it could be difficult. And the Jealous has a lot more room to back up should things go awry. So we'll see if he does engage, but again, the control point will open up here shortly. No damage really taken for either side, but now Civ will come in more aggressively, use the fortify to keep him getting halted in any direction. It is getting good damage in, but they're fighting around the Jealous shield, which will make it really difficult for him to connect all of the shots. That's exactly how it goes down. Now 2-2, tied up in the final. Again, I think just appreciative that this is as tight as it is. I'd hate to see somebody get swept in the finals, and the fact that these rounds are so close, the games are so close. Makes it exciting. Finally seeing a break in the action a little bit from this Orisa Mei play. Savuki going Soldier and the Jealous going back to Mei, but now both able to heal themselves, and I really do feel like that's got to be the catalyst for a lot of the decision making. Any hero that has that capability or any kind of auxiliary ability in the kit is going to be preferred. As a Zen main, I'd like to see a little Zenyatta, but Zen actually I feel like works for 1v1s in these types of situations because you can track this with Discord and they can't ever hear you because you don't have any footsteps. But I don't know if that's been an option for them just yet. Getting in damage a little bit early is the Jealous, and Savuki will use the Vitic Field there to regain that health. trying to get damage in early, is able to, but Jealous will be able to heal that back and will do so as he goes down to about half health. Civ in a worse position as far as ultimates go, but it may not matter for him. But as long as they keep darting in and out of each other and just healing on their own, he won't have that nearly as quickly unless he's able to continue getting these shots in. Caught up a little bit. All the Jealous here, just by healing, obviously, will be able to get ult charge, as will Civ. Still about 10% advantage. That may be the difference maker here, because again, they'll just be able to heal any damage that are coming in. A little bit more there for the Jealous to contend with. Will freeze again to get that back. Already at 55% of an ult charge, pulling away from Civ a little bit.
30 seconds remaining.
Keep your heads down.
Getting a little bit more damage, closing that gap in the ult economy. But as it stands, I don't know if we'll be able to actually use them by the time that control point opens up. Using the close quarters to try and get a little bit of space, use the battlefield to prevent from getting frozen, is not able to and does go down there. And was able to get quite a bit of damage on the Jealous, but yeah, it was always going to be difficult once he got in freezing range. Difficult to get away from that. It seems like the range is pretty long, so. Now the Jealous taking the lead, going 3-2, choosing Somber against Civ's McCree. Again, Civ on McCree has had a pretty good track record, so we'll see. Jealous can go 4-2 and create some space there.
I might need this later. Miss me?
In a tough position, I think hack might come off here for the Jealous against Civ.
Out of here.
Decides to use the translocator instead and get away from any potential danger that could have been a difficult spot, but now going back up. Voice line will alert Civ to his presence. We'll see if he is aware. Sitting on the translocator again, just waiting for that return.
¿Qué onda? Ahorita.
Both employing similar strategies. I think we saw this before on Black Forest when they had this matchup.
¿Qué tal?
Just looking for opportunities to create some space, and a very good stun there and headshot. Obviously Jealous will not be able to get that health back, but wasn't able to finish off the kill there was Civ, but in a good position here, knowing he only needs to get that, well, just one more
30
shot
seconds remaining.
to win it. Stun doesn't quite connect right there, and a little bit of damage comes in from the Jealous. Again, just one more shot required for Civ to close this out. Control point in 16 seconds could make it difficult. We'll see if he gets there. It is. There's the body shot, tied up 3-3.
Score.
Nothing too terribly complicated, but that will, again, tie this right back up.
Select your hero.
It's hotly contested finals right now. Again, if you're just catching up with us, the Jealous won on Castillo after a game that went 9 rounds, 1-5-4. And then Civ came back 1-5-3 on Black Forest. And now here we are on Eagle Point, Antarctica, tied 3-3 in the championship of the 1v1 tournament, sponsored by Casual Gamer. And another Tracer battle for us. That's what I like to see. A lot of damage coming in very early for Civ, able to recall all of that back. The Jealous does the same, the wait to re-engage until maybe those cooldowns are a little bit more manageable. Coming back in, getting damage in early, both may have to recall again. They're up, and it looks like if he was able to get that clip off, the Jealous might have been down, but able to get back to a good position, taking a little bit more damage, and that one's going to stick, though. He doesn't have another recall in his pocket. Civ with a little bit of an advantage, but not significantly. Engaging again, looks like maybe if he's able to get another clip, he may be able to eliminate him here, use the recall to get that health back, and they're about exactly even with their health right now. If that recall to go down, Civ knowing that he does have it. May have tried to engage a little bit more aggressively there, knowing the Jealous was going to have a cooldown to contend with. I think they're actually both exactly 96. Oh, yeah, look at that. So in a very similar boat, Civ a little bit closer to a pulse bomb, but I doubt it'll come to it with the way these matchups have
30
gone.
seconds remaining.
as the site required. A little bit of shots coming in from the Jealous to try and catch Civ. Didn't clip him at all, but did alert him to the position. 10 seconds till the control point opens, and this could get dicey very quickly. Quick dashes in from Civ, trying to get the Jealous off guard. Both using recall to get back to 96. Control point opens up, and Civ's in a good position. It will go very quickly. He's not able to get on point. The Jealous is back in. The recall is on cooldown still, so he won't be able to get that health back. Damage coming from either side. The Jealous does take down Civ. And now up 4-3, 1 win away from winning the 1v1 championship. Civ, knowing back against the wall, needs to win this round to force the 5th, or to force the 9th rather, and another Orisa battle. Civ, I believe, is 2 for 2 on Orisa fights in this map specifically. At least 2 for 2. So yeah, so it will be interesting to see if he's able to get the win here. Again, I'd love to see it go to a 9th round for the final. That's exactly the kind of matchup that you want. Again, I'm really excited to see all the semifinal players. Very talented at this game. Setting up early is Civ. They're just going to set up from range again, and we're back to the battle of the halts, both trying to get into good positions or try and pull their opponent out of position. We may go back to another control point here, but the Jealous doesn't want to be too aggressive. Hate for the nerves to get to him. Is able to get a little bit of damage with a good pull there on Civ, but nothing again significant for them. It's not going to be too consequential in the scope of this fight. But patience is the name of the game, and either wanting to put a foot wrong. The Jealous with a win on the line. Civ facing elimination. Like the movement here, that's a good halt there. Civ will use the fortified to prevent from getting pulled. Another good pull for both. Not able to capitalize as much as they would have liked, but I think a little bit of damage in from Civ on the Jealous. So they're about even, albeit slightly. Good holds coming in, able to pull Civ out of position again, gets a little bit more damage, but again, nothing too crazy. That's a good shield there for the Jealous, but now he's on point, trying to find some good position. They're finding in and around the shield again, and that could be difficult for Civ, down to 21 health in a difficult spot, and that is it. The Jealous winning the 1v1 tournament. He is your champion of the 1v1. Congratulations to him. God, what a just fantastic engagement from both these players. That will do it. The Jealous is your 1v1 champion, able to take down Civ in the finals. And yeah, nothing more can be said. A lot of really fantastic games from both of them. Just excited to be able to cast those for you. The Jealous will be getting the faceplate, custom faceplate that you've seen in the Discord, so branded with the like league logos, and it's one of a kind. So congratulations to the Jealous for getting that victory, and yeah, really congratulations to all these players for playing as well as they did. Civ coming up a little bit short there, but yeah, congratulations to the Jealous for getting the win. Again, we want to thank Casual Gamer for providing the championship prize for this tournament. Again, we'll have more tournaments coming up in just coming weeks throughout the season. We always try and find ways to get the rest of the community involved. Season 2 is ending. I believe this is like the last week of the season, so you can catch some of those games. If they're not on the main channel, they will be on SNK's channel. That's Isaac Ram 86, ISAACRAM 86. You can check those out. I believe there were a few games tonight that were going on while we have those 1v1 semifinals and finals. Go back and watch the rest of this broadcast. A lot of fantastic individual efforts from all the players in the semifinals and the finals. Again, like I said, special thanks to Casual Gamer for providing the prize for this and for sponsoring us this season. It's been a fantastic partnership, and again, check that out at casual_gamer on Instagram, casualgamer.us. Really cool designs over there that you can't find anywhere else. But yeah, that will do it. Again, congratulations to the Jealous, the OWXL Overwatch X League 1v1 tournament champion. And yeah, that from me, the league, the admins, everybody. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.